It's a live Q&A, but obviously I want to dig deep and kind of go over some sustainable fat loss tips, sustainable fat loss techniques. This could really help you, take control of your fat loss and, really help you execute it the way you want to. We'll wait till I get some guys to hop on here. I know sometimes it take a little minute. It's Sunday too. That's usually people's, family time and all that. I'm getting my steps in, so I figured I'd hop on live real quick with y'all, man. As far as my cut, man, the cut is going good. I did the first phase of my cut in which I lost 27 pounds. That went successful. Now I'm in phase two. That was a good amount of fat loss. So I really had to take myself through kind of like a maintenance period and really work on, just kind of allow my body to get used to that 27-pound fat loss for a little bit. Now I'm into phase two, and I'm down 5 pounds. Yeah, I'm down 5 pounds in this second phase. But yeah, so look, man, hopping on the video. Look, if y'all are excited to talk about sustainable fat loss techniques, go ahead and throw a like on the video. Yo, do that for the algorithm. Do that, for other people who could benefit, other men who could benefit with this information. Shoot, women too. But yeah, if y'all ready for that info, go ahead and throw a like on the video. And I'm gonna start getting into it. And remember, guys, this is also a Q&A, all right? So how many steps do you try to hit a day? Sam Selleck Motivation. So as far as steps, on my low days, I try to hit 10,000 steps a day on my low days. And when I say low, that's my low calorie day. And then on my high days, I hit about 8,000 to 8,500 steps for my high calorie day. And for me, guys, high and low days are typically high carb days, low carb days. I just don't like to say high and low carb days because I feel like carbs get such a bad rep. You know what I'm saying? Carbs get a terrible rep when it comes to fat loss. And there's a lot of misinformation concerning carbs, when carbs are so important, man. So important for your mind, your brain, so important for your muscles, so important for hydration. The biggest issue with carbs is just the type of carbs that people typically choose, right? That's unhealthy. Like refined sugars, sodas, candy, cakes, Debbie cakes, donuts, the list goes on. Carbs aren't bad. Sweet potatoes, regular potatoes, rice, quinoa, man, even some breads are okay for you as long as you don't overdo it. There's minerals, there's vitamins, there's minerals, there's nutrients and carbs that the body needs. There's electrolytes in carbs. So, carbs get such a bad rap. That's why I don't like to say low carb day, high carb day. I'll admit saying that. So I do high day, low day. Today I'm getting in 10,000 steps. So, yeah. But look, if y'all ready for me to get into this information, go ahead and throw a like on the video, and I'm going to go ahead and get into it. All right. So look, here's the thing. When it comes to fat loss, right? I know y'all done heard this millions of times, right? It starts in the kitchen, right? You might hear the term abs are made in the kitchen. Guys, it's the truth. I mean, diet is always going to be number one with this, because diet is the main thing that's going to control whether we're in a caloric deficit or a caloric surplus. Period. You can't get around that. That diet has the greatest control of if you're in a caloric deficit or a caloric surplus. So diet is going to be number one, all right? Diet is going to be key. Now, obviously, if y'all been watching me for some time, you already know. In order to start fat loss, you got to be at a caloric deficit. What is a caloric deficit? That means that you're eating less, less than what your body burns a day, okay? Your BMR, your basal metabolic rate, is pretty much how much your body burns by itself, just by functioning, right? So in order for you to be at a deficit, you need to eat under that amount, okay? Boom. That's, it's pretty common knowledge, but, for everybody, that type of knowledge isn't common. All right, got that out the way. So you have to be at a caloric deficit in order to achieve fat loss, or rather lose any type of weight, period. I hope you don't want to lose no muscle. I hope you just want to lose, lower your body fat. Now, I have multiple approaches when it comes to diet, because that tends to be the biggest thing that people deal with and struggle with when it comes to sustainable fat loss. It's the diet part, mostly. I done worked with many clients. I've worked with many people in person, online. And that's typically the biggest challenge for people. It's like the diet. My diet, man. Dang. I'm either eating too much or I'm not eating enough. Whatever. It's always come down to the diet. So how do you ensure sustainable fat loss? You're going to have to curate your diet in such a way that you can continue to do it. That you'll be able to adhere to it. So how do you do that? First and foremost, you need to really, really figure out what foods it is that you like that can fit into your macronutrients that you need to hit a day. You need to pick specific foods that you like. I know some people who don't like salmon, right? I've had clients. I go through this with my clients all the time. Some of my clients don't like salmon. Some of them don't like chicken. I've had people say, yo, I don't eat chicken. I'm like, all right, bet, cool. One of the biggest mistakes that people make with their diet is you just get this meal plan from somebody and they're like, all right, I'm ready to lose this weight, man, and I'm gonna follow this meal plan and I'm gonna do it. And all throughout the meal plan, there's stuff that they don't even really like. They don't even like eating for real. But they force themselves to do it because they're like, you know what, nah, this is the diet I'm supposed to eat. They gave me this meal plan. This is how I'm supposed to do it, so this is how I'm gonna do it. And they force themselves to do it. Now, I want y'all to let me know in the comment section. Do you think that somebody's gonna continue to eat stuff that they don't like to eat long term? I can't see it happening. It's not gonna happen. People are gonna find reasons to not eat what they don't like to eat because that's just human nature, right? So the first thing you gotta do is you gotta make sure that whatever it is that you're gonna be eating during this fat loss phase is stuff that you can tolerate. Sam Selleck Motivation said, nope, they won't. They won't, man. They won't. They might do it for a little while, but eventually they're gonna be like, you know what, man, forget this, bro. I'm not doing this. And hey, I don't blame them. I mean, shit, I'm not gonna be eating food that I don't wanna eat. I mean, that don't even make sense, right? So the biggest thing you're gonna have to do with your meal plan, whatever you're gonna be eating during this fat loss phase, make sure it's stuff that you wanna eat. Make sure it's stuff that you wanna eat. Here's another tip that I like to give people, right? For sustainable fat loss. For sustainable fat loss. You can make things that people typically like to eat. I'm gonna give y'all some examples. Most people like to eat burgers and fries, right? I don't know too many people who don't like burgers and fries. And in my honest opinion, I don't know too many people who don't like burgers and fries. I don't know too many people who don't like pizza, right? Pizza. I don't know too many people who wouldn't like to eat pancakes. Pancakes, right? What if I told you that with my clients, I give them the option to be able to add that into their diet and still achieve fat loss. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. There are options out there. Like, oh, okay, first thing I'm gonna talk about is the burgers and fries. Bro, you can make homemade fries, bro, in the oven. Get you some russet potatoes, chop them bad boys up, throw salt. You can put salt on there, man, sea salt, whatever type of salt you like, garlic. You can put onion powder and bake them joints in the oven, bro. I'm telling you. You do one side for about 15 minutes, do the other side for another 15 minutes, bro. You got fries, bro. And they healthy for you. And they're healthy for you. Boom, you got fries now. Burgers, look, if you can afford it, go to the store, go get you some lean ground beef. 96% lean ground beef, 4% fat. Ground beef. Bro, you could literally make big burgers and achieve sustainable fat loss. I do anywhere from a pound to 1.25 pounds of ground beef whenever I do that. And I split it up and I got 2 big burgers, half a pound burgers. Now, boom, you got a meal, burgers and fries, and you can still achieve fat loss with that. Well, y'all probably think, well, what about condiments? Man, mustard is low in calories. Oh, what about ketchup? Get you some sugar-free ketchup. Don't go crazy with it, man. Just put, you don't need a whole bunch of ketchup. Get you some, hey, I do. You don't need a whole bunch of ketchup. Just get you some sugar-free ketchup. Put that in there. Pickles aren't unhealthy for you. Pickles aren't unhealthy for you. Get you some pickles, right? Whatever you like. Get you some onion. Get you some tomatoes. I think y'all figuring out my point. When you make these meals, track these calories and stuff, man, and make sure that it's fitting in your diet. I don't know about y'all, but whenever I do that, and I do burgers and fries like that, that's high protein, bro. That's super high protein. That one meal right there, there's even protein in the potatoes. Man, and that one meal, I get anywhere from 90 to 115 grams of protein in one meal. And this is how you can do it. Now, obviously, you don't want to do it all the time, right? You don't want to keep doing it over and over and every day. But what if I told you that you could eat like that 3 times out of the week, 4 times out of the week, in the beginning, maybe even 5 times out of the week, and still achieve fat loss? This is how you can do it. Ain't no dog about to chase me, bro. I ain't running. Listen, I ain't running. The only time I'm gonna run from a dog is if it's vicious and it's really, But I'm not. Hey, there ain't no dog about to chase me. I know where I'm at. I'm in my neighborhood. I'm good. But but anyway, here's my point. When you start eating like that, and you eating foods like that, 4 times a week, 5 times a week, it don't even feel like you're on a diet. And all you got to do is just make sure that you are still meeting your goal and hitting your goal, hitting your target goal for fat loss. Boom. That's how you make fat loss sustainable. By making your diet sustainable, because your diet is going to be the biggest part that's going to make or break your fat loss. It's going to be the main factor in terms of if you're going to achieve fat loss or you ain't. Whether you stick to that diet and you sticking to whatever caloric deficit you need to hit, or if you're not. All right, boom. So we there. Now, I'm about to really give y'all a gem. Man. Throw a like on the video if y'all really want this gem right here I'm about to give y'all. Throw a like on the video if y'all really want this gem that I'm about to give y'all. Because once I figured this out, and once I started doing this with my clients, bro, I really didn't have any issues with my clients achieving fat loss. Or me. Or me. So this next tip is zigzag dieting. I'm walking fast, y'all. That's why I'm kind of running out of breath because I'm kicking up I ain't playing with these steps, yo. I'm kicking it up, you feel me? I'm kicking it up, you feel me? Yeah, I mean? Nah, but anyway. All right, y'all. So here's the next powerful thing when it comes to the diet. This is something called zigzag dieting. And what's zigzag dieting? It's simply what I was talking about earlier. With this approach, you have high days and you have low days. Now, how do you do this? Like, how do you do this in such a way that it's effective and it's going to keep you in a caloric deficit? Well, first of all, you need to figure out how many calories you need to eat that puts you at maintenance. Essentially, when I start off with my clients, man, first day, first couple weeks, I don't even give them no macros to hit, right? Because I need to figure out where they are and where they stand. So what you need to do is just start, tracking your meals every day and just eat how you normally eat. Eat like how you've been eating, right? And what you'll notice is you'll be able to figure out, how many calories you've been eating to, maintain your caloric intake or to maintain your weight or to maintain where you at. You get that number. Once you get that number, then you calculate that number. So say it's one day. You calculate that number, multiply it by 7, and then get the number for 7 days a week. And once you get that full number, now you know how many calories you tend to eat for a whole week to kind of maintain where you at. And then what you want to do is you want to take away, I'd say about 3,500 calories from that total number. 3,500 calories is a pound. All right? 3,500 calories is a pound. Just snatch 3,500 calories out of that, right? And that's going to put you at a deficit. I don't know what the hell I just stepped in, y'all. I was hoping to wear no dog shit. So look, that's going to put you at a deficit, right? Boom. Now you're at a deficit. Now you get that total number. Once you subtract 3,500 from that total number for the week, the whole week in calories that you got, and then you allocate all of those calories and you break it up, right? And you make some high days and you make some low days. What I tend to do, and what I like to do with clients and myself, I'll make my high day kind of closer to my maintenance. Like my maintenance calories are what I typically eat for the day. And then I'll make my low days about 1,000 calories from the main, caloric intake. So I'm gonna give y'all a good example. For me, when I first started this cut, my high days was 3,775 calories on my high days, and my low days was 2,775 calories. So that's 1,000 calorie difference. And when I first started, I honestly just started off with one low day a week. I was dropping weight. Boom, 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 boom. Like it wasn't nobody's business. Then when my weight loss started to kind of slow up, I bumped it up to 2 low days a week. Weight started dropping again. Boom, boom, fat. And here's the beautiful thing about zigzag dieting. One of the most effective things about zigzag dieting is it gives your mind and your body a break. So it's going to confuse the heck out of your mind. It's going to confuse the heck out of your metabolism. Because you're going to be eating a whole bunch of food on those high days and your body going to be thinking like, oh, wow, I'm not even in a caloric deficit. That's what you want. You want to deceive the body, right? Make your body think that it's not in a caloric deficit. That will encourage sustainable fat loss. That will encourage for you to continuously Lower your body fat. This is a huge cheat code that I'm giving y'all, man. I'm telling you. This the type of stuff that people, they're not even sharing with people out there. Like this cheat code that I'm giving y'all, they're not even sharing. Most people won't share this with you. I'm telling you. This is a complete gym and cheat code, man. And look, if you don't want to take my word for it, try it out. I'm giving it to y'all for free. Just try it out. And I want y'all to come back to me and let me know how it go. When I implemented this the first time for myself, I was like, whoa. Because it didn't feel like I was on a diet. I mean, even to this day, it still doesn't feel like I'm on a diet. I've tweaked it a lot, obviously, because I'm deeper into a cut. See, now my whole caloric intake and my high days and low days look totally different from when I first started. When was that? It's August now. It's been a minute, man. I want to say April, May, June, July, August. Yeah, man, it was a minute ago. I've been taking my time too, and that's another thing. You know, if you need to lose a whole bunch of, fat, take your time doing it. Take your time. If you don't really need to lose a whole bunch of fat like that, and you just need to lose like say 10 or 15 pounds of fat, bro, you can get aggressive with it. It ain't gonna take you that long. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna take you that long. But I'm telling you right now, this approach will change the game. This approach will completely change the game. And that's the best way to encourage, sustainable fat loss. Now that's the diet part. That's the diet part. Because I'm telling you, diet is so important when it comes to this, that if you don't stick to what you need to stick to in terms of your diet, man, that's gonna have the biggest and the most highest detriment to your fat loss. You ain't gonna be able to sustain it. So definitely keep that in mind. Now, let's get into some of the other things, or some of the secondary things. There's a lot of different factors that come into play. What's your thoughts on testosterone booster supplements like Selector or Muscle Tech? So testosterone booster subs. I've heard of Muscle Tech. I actually have a testosterone booster supplement. It's called Virility. I don't know if you know about it, but I'm gonna be honest, man. A lot of them aren't really effective for real. I'm not gonna speak on any products that I've never, taken or even heard about, obviously. But my biggest thing is what's the formula, what's in the product, and then at the end of the day, it really just boils down to if these companies are getting the best quality of these ingredients. Then you gotta ask yourself, are these ingredients even really in the product? Because that's another big thing right? So I'm gonna be honest. I think that I know Virility is effective. I mean, I've used it. I've had other people, that used it, talk about it, obviously. But the biggest thing is just gonna be what's in it, and are these ingredients an effective and good organic source of the ingredient that's on the product. I heard about Muscle Tech as a company and a brand, and You know, they seem to be all right, man. They seem to be pretty decent. But yeah, man, it get a little sticky with the testosterone booster supplements, man, because me having a testosterone booster and me selling it, I I know all too well about that, and I've learned a lot about that industry specifically. And it's really hit or miss with that, bro. I'm gonna take a break, y'all. Let me see what time it is. Well, let me see how many. All right, all right. So I've been walking for about almost 30 minutes. All right, there. Yeah, hey, virility is the truth. I'm telling you right now, and I'm not just saying it because it's my product. To be honest with you, I haven't even been pushing my product super hard lately because I'm too focused on this prep right now. And yeah, I'm doing what I'm doing. So I'm gonna try out virility. I work at Burger King. It'll take me a minute. It'll take me a month to be able to buy one. I got you, man. Hey, I appreciate your support, and I look forward to hearing your experience with it, man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's definitely effective. I mean, I've had guys ever since we dropped it. I still got people who still, cop it to this day. So I don't see why people would keep getting it if it didn't work. That don't really make any sense. But man, I hope y'all having a wonderful day, man. And shoot, just getting my steps in, man. I really like walking like outside instead of just walking on the treadmill. There's something about it, it's something about walking and going somewhere as opposed of just to be on a treadmill, kind of stationary and not really going nowhere. I'm carrying this damn tripod. Y'all can't see it, but I kind of regret bringing this darn tripod, man. My damn hands and delts and everything getting tired holding it, but it's all good. Hey, Sam Selleck motivation, man. What's your Well, first of all, I got a question for you. So, are you training right now? And if you are, what's your goals? What are you looking to achieve right now with your training? And what are you doing? You see, yep. When you get off the treadmill, your legs feel weird. Oh yeah, facts, straight up. But what you doing right now, man? Do you have any goals specifically with training? Any bodybuilding goals? Fat loss goals, muscle gain? Like where you at? Where you stand? Just curious to know. But and I'll wait for you to respond. But kind of get back to what I was saying. But with the fat loss, man, it's always going to boil down to diet. Now, another big factor that comes into play is how many pounds do you need to lose? How much fat are you trying to lose? That's a big one. That plays a big part because if you got a lot of body fat that you need to lose or lower, that's going to take time. That's going to take time. And then if you're in a caloric deficit for a good amount of time, a lot of factors can come into play. That's when we start talking about training. That's when we start talking about, you know, your approach to training, your workout split, how often you're training, how hard are you training, what movements are you doing? Are you fatigued? Are you fatiguing yourself with a whole bunch of high fatigue movements? Or are you doing movements that cause the most stimulus in your muscles? That's a whole nother conversation right there. But it's a big part, and it, it makes a huge difference on your fat loss phase and even your results, and even on if you even gonna stick to it, and if you gonna stick to the the fat loss phase. Because if you just feel like you about to freaking pass out every time you want to go work out, you're not gonna stick to that. You're not gonna. It's not gonna be sustainable for you. So a lot of these things come into play. So I'm bulking right now, trying to get 10 pounds of mass added on my frame and look like Terry Crews. Hey, I hear you, bro. They used to call me Terry Crews back when I was in back when I was in Job Corps, man. That's what they was calling me. When I was in Job Corps, they used to call me Terry Crews. And it's funny, man. Like, I look at myself and I look at like how much muscle I put on since I was in Job Corps, and it just trips me out that people used to talk about, like, they used to say I was big back then, and I'm just thinking to myself like, damn, well, they see me now, I must look big as shit now, because man, I did not have muscular maturity. My muscle was not as dense as it is now. You know, I just had some real big, like, in terms of proportion of my body, my shoulders probably seemed a lot bigger, and I think I was just well proportioned in my upper body, and that's why people thought I was big as hell. But nah, I'm big now. Back then, shit, I think I was like what 200 and I was like 210 pounds, man. I wasn't even that heavy. Man. That's why I know if I'm running into some of them now, boy, they be like, damn, bro, what the hell? They probably really gonna think I'm on some shit. It's just hard work, dedication, doing what works. You know, learning from mistakes. You know, really learning this, becoming a coach and learning what to do, what works, how to do it. That's how I've been able to put the muscle on. It's called doing things the right way. You know. He said, yeah, when people notice the gains, it's a good feeling. Oh, it definitely is, bro. Most definitely. It definitely is, man, for sure. It's a real good feeling. It's a real good feeling, man, especially when you've been putting in work for a while, for a long time, and you know, me being 13 and dealing with gyno and stuff and remembering how rough that was, man. You know, getting clowned, not feeling comfortable taking my shirt off, and dealing with gynecomastia, pubertal, and like how, you know, that really used to make me feel pretty bad, bro. Yeah, it's a real good feeling. But now being a grown-ass man and really dealing with a lot of the insecurities and stuff that I've been walking with for so many years, it feel even better now not needing that validation from people. Like, receiving it from people but not feeling like I need it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I validate me. I validate the work that I put in and, you know, everything that I've done to get me to this point. And it feels even better with me knowing that I still ain't even reached my full potential yet. Natural. You know what I'm saying? Natural. So like that, to me, that feels better than all of it. You know, when people see it and stuff, it's cool. You know, it's a little icing on the cake. But it feels good to me when I can look in the mirror and I can be like, damn, Kev, you really did it, man. You kept going. You ain't let what people said about you stop you. You didn't let the haters and the naysayers stop you. You kept going anyway. That's what make me feel the best, man. For real. He said, all the grocery store, he said at the grocery store, the lady behind register was flirting with me and complimented my arms. There you go. Hey. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's always good to have that, you know. It's always good to have that. And, you know, I will say this. That's a real good indicator that you making gains, you know. When people start saying it, like when you start hearing people say it, and when you start having people come to you and say like, man, yo, you, wow, bro, you know, or people you don't even know, people you don't even know personally, they come up to you and they like, dang, man, you know, where you work out at, or you know, I can't count on my hands how many guys or people I've had come up to me, man, and it is a good feeling. It feels very purposeful, you know, not so much for the vainglory, but rather like knowing that we can inspire people just off of how we look. I mean, to me, I think that's a blessing, bro. You know, in my personal opinion. Oh wow, they must have just got out of church. Yeah, it's right around that time. Yeah, clearly. But it's a gift. It's a blessing though, y'all.
Crazy, man. This man, cause I got a little style, man. Little style? You think you are? That's a big style.
I'm gonna have to go to this church one day, maybe next Sunday. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to that church, man. Maybe next Sunday. I'm gonna holler at my man real quick. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? I got a question for you real quick, man. That church is a good church, man.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Really? Okay, appreciate it. But anyway, yeah, y'all, it's a blessing, man. See, I know some people who go to the gym for 5 years and look the exact same. Yo, tell me about it, man. And I mean, honestly, I couldn't do that, man. I couldn't go to the same gym and look exactly the same year in and year out, bro. I wouldn't even feel comfortable showing my face in the gym. In the gym. If you just, you looking the exact same over and over. But that's what happens though when people don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a clear indication that they clearly don't know what they're doing. And we all have kind of been there before. So it ain't no judgment. I've been there. There's been multiple times where like, I'm I think I know what I'm doing and I don't. And that's why for the first 3 years of my journey, man, I wasn't even like my lifting journey. I don't even want to say bodybuilding journey either, because I didn't really start getting into this idea of bodybuilding until maybe about 4 years ago. 4 or 5 years. I'd have to really go look back and check out like my videos and stuff. But yeah, I ain't really the whole concept of I want to be like a bodybuilder, like that really ain't come into play until later. So the first 6 years of me like lifting weights and all that, I really ain't know what I was really doing. I did. I ain't gonna play myself like that. I'd say after about 3 years of trying and lifting and stuff like that, I really started to learn some things. And then I think after about 4 years, that's when I wanted to, become a coach. And I went about it, you know what I'm saying? I went about it. But it wasn't like a bodybuilding focus. It was more fitness. It was more an aspect of fitness. But when I started learning about bodybuilding, man, that's when I was like, whoa, man, I wish I would have started this from jump. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, hell nah. Oh, okay. Nah, I'm damn sure not about to go down that way. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Damn German Shepherd over there loose. Nah, I don't play with no German Shepherds. Hell no. Hell nah. I don't play with no German Shepherds. I had a bad experience when I was a kid with a German Shepherd. I ain't messing with that. I'll go around. You got it, Playboy. All right. Hell no, I ain't going to play with that damn dog. Not no German Shepherd. Hell no. So the eating part is the hardest to me. The lifting is simple. I hear that. I hear that, man. Yeah. Yeah, once you start really getting the hang of it, man, and you start to master lifting, and once you start to become a bit advanced, yeah, but we all got to go through that learning curve. Yeah, once we get over that learning curve, like, yeah, it's easy. It's definitely easy. He said, that's sad if somebody goes to the gym 10 years, then ends up the same exact body. Yeah, man. Bro, it's sad, bro. That's terrible, man. I'm not gonna lie, though. If I would have kept going the same direction that I was going, nah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I wouldn't have looked the same. Because I've always been a go-getter, you know what I'm saying? In all honesty, when it comes to training and hitting the gym, that's why, before I started learning about this whole, RIR stuff and reps in reserve, man, I was just going to failure. So I always was doing things that was challenging in the gym. I was always making lifting challenging for me. And I thought that was just how you were supposed to train. I didn't know anything about reps in reserve and none of that. RIR and all that. I ain't know nothing about none of that. All I knew was lift until you can't lift it anymore. And I had to learn too that there was a lot of drawbacks that came with that too. And it was stopping me in certain ways. I honestly, about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, that's when I really started understanding overtraining. Yeah, I was killing overtraining. And that's just, I don't know what to say. I'm just a hard worker, like, But I've been on here for 42 minutes. Look, I'm about to hop off here. I could dig deeper on the topic. But for the most part, man, it's always going to be diet, bro. Like, it's always going to be diet. He said facts. So I was at the gym, and I turned around, and the dude was bench pressing, and he wasn't getting the weight back up to the rack. And I stood there and watched. Then eventually somebody went over. Bro, you just let my man struggle, bro, and you ain't gonna help him, yo? No, man. So you just watch my man struggle like that. You ain't gonna help him? No judgment. No judgment. But I'm saying, like, thankfully the other dude was there. Because if he wasn't, my man probably would have offed himself or something. Shoot. I've had that happen. I've had that happen multiple times, man, where, I had too much weight on the bench. And I learned real quick what to do with that. All you got to do is just tilt to the left and to the right. You know what I'm saying? I don't put no clips on there. And, if it get crazy, you better rock the boat, motherfucker. You better rock the boat. You better go side to side on that, man. You better turn into 3-6 Mafia, man, and from side to side with the bar, so that the barbells will fall off. You gotta be careful, man, because I had a couple one time before I was strong enough, I dropped 315 on my rib, yo. I'll never forget it. Right here. I even had a bruise right there, bro. Like I legit kind of messed myself up for real, and I couldn't get it, and I dropped it right there, and I kind of like bounced it off my rib, and then threw it over. You know what I'm saying? And threw the bar off me. It's funny. I was struggling, but I was strong enough to do that. That's that adrenaline, man. For sure. Yeah, man, it could have been terrible, man. But God was with me, thankfully. That's when my superhuman, my black Superman ability popped in. When it felt like that joint was about to kill me. I kind of I don't know how I did it, bro, but it kind of bounced off me. And then I kind of shifted the whole thing to the right. And I kind of had like the barbells on me, and then eventually I was able to like tilt that off me. But yeah, I learned my lesson after that. I don't play with that. Heck no. But yeah. Look, man, if y'all just hopping on the video, y'all can go back and check out the replay. If y'all got any questions, I'll stay on. If y'all don't have any questions, I'm about to hop off here. But you know, I go into some good details in the beginning of this live. You know, you can go check that out unless you got a question for me now. If you're real interested in sustaining fat loss and knowing how to sustain fat loss, and you really want to sustain fat loss, throw a like on the video. And if you got questions about that right now, I'll answer some questions now before I hop off. If not, you can go check out the beginning of this live, and I give some real good information on how to sustain fat loss, because at the end of the day, we really can't reach our goal unless we sustain it. You know what I'm saying? He said, I have an interesting question. He said, what's the best way to make a great impression on first date with girl? Man, that's interesting. I mean, that ain't got nothing to do with fat loss, but I got you though. He said, what's the best way to make a great impression on first date with a girl? I'm gonna keep it funky with you, man. I think the best way to make a good impression on a girl on a first date would be to come dressed to impress, right? Like literally make sure you dressed in a way that she's either gonna be like, oh wow, man, you look nice. You know what I'm saying? Women appreciate that, just like we appreciate it. Just like us men appreciate when a woman dresses up real nice, you know, for us. It shows that you respect her. It shows that you're truly interested in what she think about you. You know what I'm saying? And it shows that, you know, that you invested time into yourself to present yourself approved. You know what I'm saying? Women like that. And you know, us men, we like that too. You know, we like that too. So I think that's a real good one right there, man. I'm telling you, women really like that. And then, you know, show that you're interested in her. You know what I'm saying? Like really show genuine interest in her. You know how women are, man. You know, they love to talk. Women love to be heard. So if you give them like a solid 30 minutes where you really just let them talk. Now, it depends on the chick too, you know. It depends on the chick, because some women aren't like that. But most women like to talk and talk about themselves, man. Most women like to be heard, right? So if you give a woman a solid 30 minutes where you just letting her talk, and when she say things, you know, don't respond and bring it back to you. Like, nah. Get her to elaborate and get her to go deeper about herself. You know? Get her to continue to talk about herself. Get her to continue to talk about herself, because then it shows her that you're interested in her, right? Because a lot of women ain't really used to that from men anyway. You know, a lot of women aren't really used to that from men. So from what I hear from chicks, like from what I've heard from women, they, you know, a lot of them say, you know, sometimes it seems like dudes aren't really interested in who I really am, and they just want to smash and like boom, 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 you know. So, I mean, I can give you a whole bunch of game, but that's not what this video is about. But I'm telling you, if you go with those two things right there, the only type of chick that won't appreciate that is a toxic chick, and you don't want no toxic chick anyway. You know, so it is what it is. But look, y'all, I'm about to hop off here, man. Hey, salute, man. Until next time. I'm gonna be working on some videos too. I know it's been a little while since I dropped like long form videos. I've been doing mostly shorts for some time now, but I'm gonna get back to doing my long form videos again. I'm sure y'all probably missed those, especially with the value. And man, I'll be back on here, man. But until next time, y'all, salute.